Hi lovely people, welcome to this series of me making over our beautiful new but old apartment. I'm so excited to start with the bedroom because this room is really the place where I want to be able to relax and to just like be extremely zen. Right now this bedroom has the color of, I think, 2017-2018 sage green. I made this little collage on Photoshop just to have an idea what I want the final room to look like, and to also combine things that I already have with things that I still need to buy or need to find. What ties it all together in my collage is the wall color, which is a lime wash in this sandy beige color because it makes the room look like clay and just very organic and natural. And with the sage green, it just all wouldn't work the way I wanted to. Like, it was always very dark in the room and just kind of cold. I wanted it to be warm and inviting and just very relaxing. So I needed to paint the wall white first in order to do some lime wash over it. And voila, the first wall is done. There was also this magical, cozy thunderstorm happening outside, which made painting a lot more entertaining. And it took me about a week to paint the whole room. I just wanted to do it in a very relaxed manner. And after one wall, I usually got really tired of painting. Okay guys, it's time to continue painting the wall. This is the last one that's left. The rest is white, but it needs a second layer. And I just procrastinated a little bit, but now it's time to get this done so we can continue with the makeover. This is me trying to not procrastinate anymore and also posing a little bit with the trim of our apartment. And then my lime wash finally arrived. I was able to mix it all together. This is such a satisfying process. It feels like coffee or dough mixing. You just mix the pigment with some water, mix that together with the paint. At first I was a little bit scared because the color looks really, really dark. And I wanted this very soft, sandy, but almost beige color, not too dark. And you can tell here I'm starting to do the lime wash and wow, it looks so dark. I was a little bit scared. Okay, I'm full of paint, but I was scared for a second because this is what the paint looks like when I paint it, and I was like, ooh, that's very dark. I didn't want it to look like this. It just looks very, very stainy right now, and to have the whole room look like this, it's a bit much. But now I noticed that it dries a lot lighter. So this is what it looks like when it's freshly painted. And this is what it looks like when it's dried. So this right here is fully dried, and that's perfect. It's like a sandy, light beige. It has a little bit of structure, but not too much. Another example. And then here you can see really the difference. Like, this is still not dry and this is dry. And I was so scared that everything would look like this. But it dries beautifully, so I'm very happy. So the only thing left to do is to paint this part white. Everything behind the closet as well is still this old color, this sagey color. And then of course lime wash all of the 3 other walls that we still have. But I'm so happy. I'm happy about this result and can't wait to be done with this whole room. It just already makes it so much cozier. So I'm almost done painting the walls, but I ran out of lime wash. So while I'm waiting on the new pack to come in, I want to paint my closet. So I was looking for an old closet, a vintage retro closet for some time, but it was really hard to find one because they are so difficult to transport because they're often like solid wood. And I just ended up buying this very generic looking closet that had the right measurements for this very narrow wall. and I looked up some inspiration for more modern closets that I could transform this into. Came up with this one. I really love the different colors, the asymmetry, but still harmonious, so we will now paint this. I really love the mix of a light pink and green. I'm very specific about the tones, like I really wanted it to be this strawberry pink, not too baby pink, and like a very nice light avocado green. Guys, I finished painting the walls and the lime wash looks really good. I love it. It really looks like clay walls and it brings such a warm, cozy feeling in here. It looks so organic. And now I want to go ahead and screw these shelves to the wall because I want to use shelves 2 on each side of the bed instead of nightstands, just so we don't have more furniture on the floor because this room is already pretty full with the 2 closets. And I also think these just fit really well. They have the same like zen natural wood feeling and my parents had them already, so you know, we're trying to reuse everything we can. Okay, I don't think it will hold the biggest amount of weight ever, but it is stable enough for a book and a small lamp. It's another day and I just had to plaster these 2 holes for the second little shelf because I wanted the holes exactly in that spot so that it's symmetrical to the other one, and the wall kind of fell off when I drilled in there, so I had to plaster it, but I think once it's dry I can finally put this in the wall and then we can decorate both of them. The 2 shelves are on the wall and these are going to function as nightstands, so they need some space for books and I also don't want them piling up too much, but we need some lights, and I found this super pretty little yellow lamp in a vintage store. I haven't tried if it works yet. I really hope it does. It works! It's so cute! I'm also going to put this small candle holder here and obviously put a candle in there. The other shelf also needs a little lamp. I have this light bulb in this ceramic little bowl. I think it's really cute. There was probably some kind of shade at some point, but don't have it anymore. It's from my parents' house, so we'll just put this in here. Found this pretty, I think it's actually for sugar because it has a little hole for a spoon. It is so pretty. I love the mix of pink and green, as you probably saw from the closet that I painted. And this just is a little touch of pink and again a little touch of historical vintage. I love this, and I just put some hand cream in here and some lip balm. So pretty. Of course you can put your book here. For my side I'm also going to add a candle holder, this old brass one. It's a little bit bigger than the other one because this lamp is bigger than this one. It just emphasizes this zen feeling, so. I want it to be a little flatter, not the whole circle, so I'm leaving it like this without the wire inside, and I'll see what it looks like from downstairs. To the other closet in this room, we found this online for free. It was just on the streets and we picked it up, but it doesn't have a door. So I thought about buying a door, but then my partner actually recommended putting up a curtain, and I thought it was a really good idea because it just adds to the zen feeling that I'm telling you about in this whole video. And so I have a lot of fabric that's left over from other projects. I just found this
kind of natural white one and made a little curtain out of this.
Okay. Are you ready for this? It fits perfectly.
Now to the final touches. Of course, we need some art on these walls. So what I just showed you is a canvas I got for free that I will paint over in this video still, so stay tuned. And I also purchased a lot of copies of art when I went on a little trip to a painter's town with my family a while ago. So I purchased this beautiful postcard. I love it. It's a little girl with a cat. And then of course we also need some plants. Plants make this room really zen. Like, plants make every room more zen and more homey, I think, and just more cozy and safe. And so I spoiled myself and bought a new plant. This is such a beautiful ficus. I think it's a ficus. And I also purchased this plant holder online for like 10 bucks. I'm also bringing in this lamp that I had on my collage as well. It's also from my parents' house. They just have a lot of used stuff and I really wanted to implement it onto the canvas. So I liked the painting underneath, but it was just too brown. There was so much brown in there and I really wanted like a green flourishing forest on there. So I thought, what better time than this to practice painting again? And so I painted this oil painting. I really like how it turns out. I definitely need to practice more because I tend to smudge the colors a little bit too much. Like, the whole type of style is a little bit too soft for me. I would like to have more spots of like solid paint, but I still really like the outcome. It's green, it's like soft, it feels like a place that you just want to frolic in and that smells really fresh and good, and that's exactly the vibe of this room. So I'm really happy with the outcome. So now let's hang my art. I think it's really beautiful. There might be coming more art that's going to be hung around this painting and maybe also on the other side where I am putting this other plant that I got gifted. Another plant just makes it even more homey. I am so happy with the end result. Now there are always still little touches that can be made, as I said, more art, a little nicer pot for the plant on the left, for the closet, which are already on the way. But overall, I'm so happy with this room. Before it felt like a cave, it was so dark and cool, and now it's really warm and cozy, and it's still like dark enough to sleep just because it doesn't get that much natural light, but it is a lot brighter and a lot more friendly. I love the feeling of this. It feels like a spa room, to be honest, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in Italy.